Oh, hey, I didn't see there. Wait, I didn't see there. Fuck.
Well, I certainly did.
Doesn't matter. Deck.
So, Sean, yeah, let's see what you brought to the regional.
Okay.
I
brought...
Pull that out of your ass?
Maybe. Oh, Lord. Okay, that was not as smart as I thought it would be.
All right.
So, I brought my deck that I like to play the most, which is
Could literally be anything.
Could literally be anything at all. I played Evil Twin, and I gotta say, it was really fun.
And you did really well.
And I did relatively well.
Yeah.
Last game I lost against the mirror match. I'm slightly upset about that. Like, greatly upset about that, but hey.
But the game before, you were on table 4.
Yeah.
Table 4.
It's fair. All right. Let's get into this.
Yeah.
So, first thing first. We're playing Live Twins. You'd be crazy if you didn't see your Live Twins. So we're playing a lot of them.
Wow, that's a lot.
For the engine,
Live Bochi reaction.
Live Bochi reaction. So for this engine, we're doing 3, and then 1 of each, plus the Sight Snitches. And the reason why I'm playing such a big engine, I guess, is mostly because the worst hands I have is when I don't see this. Those suck, okay? Also, great thing, nobody knows how to frickin' hit this deck for some reason. So whenever you normal summon this and you say summon from deck, they're like, sure, that's okay. And then you summon from deck and you're good. Or it's
Full
like, oh, I'm
combo.
gonna ash this. And it's like, okay, I do that. And then I get whichever extender I need. And suddenly this isn't just a starter if you don't draw any of these, it's an extender if you draw that and they ash it. So that's why this exists. This does nothing for the deck outside of that, but
just being an extender.
It's just an extender. However, once again, they don't know how to hit this deck. So if you start with this, they don't ash it, and that's their big mistake. It's like, okay, now I have a thing in the hand. I can normal summon and get my plays going. They don't realize, they always focus on the Spright stuff. That's the worst part to focus on. So yeah, we got that for the twin engine. Then we've got Sprites. I know, how crazy, how sad. I'm still on this BS ratio of 2 carrot, 2 red.
I don't know. You might have something there.
I might have something there. The one thing I will say that sucks, opening 2 carrots and nothing else. Although, however, that being said, usually what happens when I only play 1 carrot is I open this and a twin and no other extenders. Normal, twin, they ash it, and then, okay, I have to use that in extender to get into gigantic, and then I have no, what's it called?
No twins.
No twins.
Did you ever summon either red or carrot like during your turn to like negate hand traps or anything like that? Like
so
people
usually
didn't play around.
So usually this is how the thing went, right? I went twin into twin, and then I had one of these. I'd special one, get the other, right? And then immediately overlay these 2 into a gigantic, because either they stop it there or they don't, and then you summon this. Get the Nibiru negate basically. Summon out the carrot, and then what are they gonna do there? You just do your live twin combo. You have this if say you want to end on like something else, I guess, and then you draw a bunch of hand traps, right? So honestly, gigantic MVP of the day. Because he just baited out all the interruptions so I could get through my combos. Like, the most unnecessary card to hit in the deck. And my Savior. And then, of course, 3 of these. I was maining this. I was maining that. I did not have double cross because I'm stupid.
All right, but how many times did you gamma OTK?
Oh, so many times. Oh, my gosh. This is the best card in the deck.
He's crazy.
What's it called? The one thing I will say, awful against the mirror match.
Because it buffs all level 2s.
Yeah, round 6 when I was at table 4, I played against Melfi Spright. and I searched this off to break their board and bait out. I should have searched this instead.
The Smashers?
Yeah, I absolutely should have, but instead I got that. And I realized afterward, I said enter battle phase, and I looked down and I realized it changed all level 2, rank 2, link 2. So I didn't activate it. I just looked and I'm like, I lost this. Like literally, it was so bad. Oh my gosh. Saw this also a lot. Particularly because I played so much frickin' Runick Naturia. I don't want to see that.
Best deck, baby, best deck.
I don't want to see that deck ever again.
Yet he had a 100% win rate against it.
I don't care. It's not fun to play against.
It's because they weren't playing the fish.
Yeah, that's it, honestly. Put more fish in your fruit deck. So yeah, Sprite's great. Blue, I thought was a brick. I finally have a third, so that was honestly pretty great to have for just the sake of extension. I will say no more about these. Next thing, non-engine. Got 3 triple tactics. They steal stuff. They rip cards from hand. Usually if you see this, a twin and a Spright, you're good. Because this is the other thing. If you go into Gigantic and they negate it, look at hand. If they have Nibiru, rip that. If they have no Nibiru and a ton of engine, you rip out whatever is most important, and then you go on with your plays and you make 2 negates plus a pop, a draw, hopefully a spin back, and another draw with Unicorn. You know, so like this is a great card. The problem is, I played so much Runick Naturia, this didn't come up. So that kind of sucked. But you know, other than that, I'd say this is a good card. I see it going in the deck forward. It did not do its job for me that much today, or yesterday. After that, we're playing 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 3 Imperm, and then 2 Ghost Mourners. I'm just going to tuck them over here. Nobody respects this. Nobody respects this. They're like, nobody's playing it. You know, that's what I thought. For a while, for a week, I switched these out with Effect Veilers. Because I'm like, it stops plays. It's good, right? You can draw into it, and it's good. And it is. But it doesn't stop anything. This is great. Best card in the hand trap variety. Also the worst one. Because you know what sucks? Is when you nib yourself and then you only have a live twin in hand, so you normal it and you can't get the other out because you have a big rock on your field. And now you're stuck. So that sucked. That's actually like how I lost my last game. Last 2 games. I nibbed them, and then I had no extension because I only had a twin. It just, so sad. So I love the card, hate the card, you know, whatever. I will say that this is surprisingly one of the better cards of the hand traps in the deck, mostly because, you can do it on your own turn, you can do it on your opponent's turn. The amount of times I've used this to bait out reds or carrots or, I only played Spright twice, but like, the amount of times I would use this to bait out negates was great. Because usually it'd be like Ghost Mourner, negate, Nibiru. It's just another imperm, but it also works under macro. And it burns your opponent for damage. So, like...
Did the burn ever come up?
Hugin has 0 attack.
You're right, it does.
Yeah, that's all I have to say to that. But yeah, would I change this? Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe I just need more twins, and that'll work.
So you didn't play the Gamma package with the E-Tellies or anything like that?
No. So I thought about it, but at that point, so this is at 40 cards already, which is, perfect. If I did 3 E-Telly and the 3 Gamma plus driver, that would make it 44 cards, and I'm, once again, consistency when it comes to this. That's why I'm running so many of these. We could see that might change later. down the line, but we'll see. Okay, so for live twins, we did. It's all messed up here, but we did this, right? So it's 3 pink, 3 Kissikill, 3 Lila, 1 Sunny Snitch. Some people have been cutting this out for Muckraker, which is a good card.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have tried that out. The problem is that I don't own a Muckraker, so it never actually came up, and that kind of stinks. But whatever. Who knows? Actually, wait. Yeah, no. That actually would have been great. But yeah, they're just consistent. They constantly come back. They can do some plays under things like Baguska. I went up against the Baguska, and I made this. Summoned out. I didn't have one of these in the grave, but I did have the this one. I summoned it out, used it in another monster to go to Leela, pop the Baguska, and so like they can play under stuff like that, and they constantly come back. And who would have thought pop and a draw is really good. Really cool. And then of course it helps with doing a lot of damage. It doesn't facilitate OTKs though, which kind of sucks. That's why I have the Gamma Burst.
The Gamma Burst.
Gamma Burst. It's so good. This was like my number 1 go into monster in the extra deck. I loved using this. It's so good. I wish I could play more than one right now, but honestly, like if you're playing the Sprights, it's just one is good enough at the moment. We'll see though. After that, we have Unicorn, IP, Lingaribo. Never came up.
Didn't get Ibleed.
Never got Ibleed.
I never got Ibleed either.
Oh yeah, me neither. But
or,
the thing,
or Branded Expulsion or anything.
Oh yeah. I was kind of expecting to go up against Cash a lot. I didn't play it once the entire event. Not once. Against that, against Spright, we make it.
Mm-hmm.
These are great. I love using this, ending on this plus 2 twins and 2 negates, because it's like you have 2 negates right off the bat, and usually the first one that you will send off is this. That way you can immediately bring it back and get a draw. And then you use this to, it's like if you end like that, you will tribute this to negate, draw a card, and then you will effect, go into this, spin a card by discarding, then you draw another card.
Yeah, because they're co-linked.
Yeah. And then if your opponent has anything else that you want to get off the board, effect, summon back, pop. What's especially great is if you have a Smasher set as well, because then they're just not doing anything. I went against Sword Soul. That's literally what happened. Special Vishuda, spin. Special Adhara, pop. Special something else, Smashers. It was great. So I recommend this package so highly. Let's see. Then we have Exes. We have these. We have 2 of these, and then we have 2 of these.
Is that an ulti?
It might be. What's it called? This came up once, and once again, I never went against Kashtira, so I was like, oh, I'll use this, because they'll rip one out, and then, oh, so sad, right? And this does numbers against that deck. The problem is, I didn't go against Cash, so I'd make this without a Downard, and then I'd have 1 blast off, and then they get back in the game after that, and he's kind of sitting there. What's funny though is when you make this blast, send the field. I don't know why I'm calling it blast. Then next turn you attack. Overlay for second Zeus. Now you have another one online. It's kind of a silly interaction, but one that I like. Great Ash bait. imperm bait, all that kind of stuff, but also just helps with your extensions. There's a very bad story involving a mix-up between this and this that I'll explain afterward. Worst card in the deck. It's just a monster negate. I thought, hey, if I need to use one of my reds as an extender, I'll just end on this as well, and then I have another negate. Actually, this did bait out some other people, like going straight to battle to attack over this. So that was kind of nice. I didn't really get to use this negate that much, though. And other MVP, I guess, or at least MVP of all the nons, like, of these cards is this, because he got rid of so many things. He just bounces cards. It's great. Oh my gosh. It's between this and Unicorn, like, you just get rid of so much stuff that can't get outed by that just can't get outed in the standard way. Like, you stop your opponent from basically having a board. That's why he's great. I was thinking about him or Shadow Mosquito, and he put in the work, so he is always going to be better than Shadow Mosquito to me.
Besides, you got the Gamma Burst.
Exactly, Gamma Burst. And unlike other decks that can other Spright decks that can use Shadow Mosquito to OTK like crazy, you can't really do that in this deck. So, like, he doesn't come up enough for me. I don't know. There are probably better Spright twin players out there than me. So, I'm just saying. So we have that, and that is it for the extra. So after that, we have the side deck, and I gotta say, this is like the saddest side deck I've ever put together. One Pank, because I thought it would be funny, and I thought it would out a Forbidden Lance on a Rise Heart. Once again, never played against Cash. Useless. 3 Kaijus, same thing. Prepared for Cash, useless. Red Resonator never came up because my games were always against Runick Naturia, and they never attacked me, so I didn't take any damage. So that was not great. Then we have 2 Econ, which is something that I wish was better than it was, because, like, prior to this event, I'm like, Econ's the best card in the deck, right? It's so good. Big problem, though, is when you just run so many cards that you never actually get to, what's it called? You never get to actually normal summon a monster. Like, because every time I had this in, I would have, like, these in, or Nibiru in hand, or I'd have Nibiru and, like, triple tactics, and then this would be dead, which kind of sucks. So I sadly might be cutting this at the time being. Then we have 2 Cosmic.
I'm sure those came up.
Those came up. So MVP of the extra deck, honestly. So this was back row removal, because I felt like nobody's respecting this right now. Particularly because, like, if you go up against Cash, like, most of them aren't Ibly locking you. Just my friend Henry is, and he has a very silly combo with that. But other than that, nobody really is. And you don't care enough about, like, if they do a Rise Heart pass, they'll, like, usually set 3, and that's, like, the rest of the cards in their hand, right? So you just Lightning Storm, call back row. You force out anything that needs to be forced out. And from there, if you have this in hand, you can go. If you have enough engine, you can just go into that. You're solid. So that was the thought process behind that. I think I wish I either cut 2 of these to bump these to 3, or cut 2 of these to bump these to 3. I'm not sure which one would have been better, but that's I feel like I played too many 2-ofs in this regard. So that's what I'd say. And then the last 2 cards were 2 Dark Ruler, because Spright is my worst matchup, and I hate playing against them, especially losing the die roll to them. That's never fun. So yeah, that's kind of the thought there. They've been coming back in popularity. Came up not at all. I never drew into it. It really sucked. So basically, so all of this, all of this was gone. Never came up. These came up. This was it, and this is terrible. To be like, yeah, this is my side deck. It's 4 cards.
But like you said, you never played against Cash. That seems like
Yeah.
what most of your extra deck was aimed
very,
towards.
very true. Because what's it called? Silly things with specifically these. If you have these and Nibiru, and then you Nibiru your opponent, you can't summon this out because you both have a token. If you tribute this out, the one time when this actually showed up in my hand, you tribute their monster, and the token was smaller than the monster, so it was like didn't do anything. I thought this would be better than it was. I know two of my friends also brought this as their side deck card for the regional, and it did wonders for them. It just didn't do it for me. I never saw him, and even when I sided him in, but oh well. I would change a lot about the extra deck. Or the side deck. That's basically what I'm saying here. But otherwise, yeah, the main deck was pretty dang good going off the bat.
Yeah, and you said you won most of your die rolls today,
Yes,
which is
I
good.
did. It was insane. It was like high roll. Yeah, everybody would roll like 3 or 4, and then I'd roll and it'd be like 12. Like insane stuff like that. Or anytime they rolled high, I would mash them, and then they would roll 5, and then I'd roll 6, and it's just so good. I don't know. Call it Providence. Call it luck. Who knows? If I were to make any changes to any stuff in this deck, I would start playing Droll, because that card F's me up.
I was about to say, I wasn't playing Droll either, but a lot of people drolled me, and it sucks.
So bad. Droll stopped my... I was trying to go for the Gigantic into Blue, into Jet, into Gammaverse to OTK once, because they had the free field. So I live twin summoned the other Gigantic into Blue, Blue into Jet, Droll. I lost the game after that. So that sucked. I would like to play that, I think, going forward. And honestly, Crossout, mostly because I hate the Spright matchup that much, and it's that good against them. Mm-hmm. Probably also Double Cross, but
you don't really end on Xyz though, so you can't really steal.
True. Oh well, you can steal and put it in an arrow that your monster points to. Yeah. And usually.
But wouldn't that mess up your
unicorn?
Your unicorn arrows?
Yeah, kind of.
It might not be the best.
Not the best, I would say to that. But on the off chance that you don't end with unicorn IP,
or IP
thing, that's not the worst. But also, Crossout target. I run enough hand traps to make that card live, and I also run enough board breakers on the side to make that live. Mm-hmm. And if I go against Spright, I can make it live. And there were several live twin Spright players there. So if I went up against any of them, that would have been it. Mm-hmm. That would have been it.
Yeah, one of my games, I broke a Kashtira board, and then I played evenly match, and then one of his 2 set cards was the Crossout, and I lost that game after that. Dude. But
such a good card.
It is really good.
Such a good card. So yeah, I will probably play that going forward. But yeah, that's kind of it for the deck. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully if you play this deck, you'll do better than me at this
You
stuff.
still did pretty good.
Yeah.
What was your final record?
5-4.
And you only the last 2 games you lost were in a row, the last 2 rounds, right?
Yeah, or it was the last 3.
Yeah, the last 3.
I won 1. I lost 1, won 5, then lost 3.
Yeah.
So that kind of stunk. But I don't know. I honestly got further than I thought it would, so I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, thank you. I don't know how to end this, so just turn it off.
Wow.
Yeah. So, love you.